Hi, my name is Andrew Ayala. I'm an educator in Dallas, Texas, but originally from Saginaw, Michigan. And I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about the history of Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos emerged out of the indigenous communities in the Central Valley of Mexico. This originated in the pre-Hispanic times, long before the arrival of Columbus and the Spaniards, and it's something that had been integral to the indigenous communities there in Mexico. It's really a celebration, a commemoration, a way to connect with the people who had deceased, your very close loved ones. Some of the most important items that you would see there are cempasúchil, also known as marigolds. That's an ubiquitous part of the celebration. Originally, what we would do is we would see that set up a little path from wherever the deceased were buried to their original homes. They line up with marigolds and candles to help lead the way. One of the things that is interesting about the celebration is originally it was timed to be at the end of the harvest season for corn. Corn has always been one of the most important staples in Mesoamerica. So it is very significant that at the end of the harvest season, we do see the recognition and the honoring of those who are deceased. It's always been divided into 2 days. The first day of the celebration is always focused on children, the second day on adults. That's something that's been consistent historically since the beginning of the celebration. We also see other things, we have altars. On the altars, you see lots of things that are important to the person who's deceased, whether it is pan de muerto, whether it's mole, or anything else that the deceased actually enjoyed. It was a way to honor and welcome them back to the community. As a celebration in the United States, we see Dia de Muertos begin to take on a lot more prominent role during the Chicano movement in the 1960s. It was a way to connect with and highlight the indigenous character. One of the things that is interesting to note is that we see the celebration move beyond just the community. So 1972 was actually the first year that we saw it celebrated and recognized with permanent installations in art museums. That happened in 1972, and it happened concurrently in Los Angeles and San Francisco, even though there wasn't actually coordination between these two different locations. So that's where we really see the celebration taking a step into more mainstream American culture. Hi, my name is Andrew Ayala. I'm an educator in Dallas, Texas, originally from Saginaw, Michigan. I'm a Mexican-American studies teacher. I have a master's degree in history and a graduate certificate in Chicano and Chicano studies. I'm also a board member of the Dallas Mexican-American Historical League. I'm interested in this celebration because as I studied further, I became more and more interested in the indigenous roots, the indigenous base, the indigenous foundation of Mexican culture and identity. And this is one of the core celebrations that we have that still continues from the pre-Hispanic period. And because of that, I think it is very much part of our cultural patrimony and something to protect and promote and continue to celebrate for generations to come.